Hi, today I'm going to do an autumnal or a fall type of makeup, so using lots of dark tones. And I'm going to use some makeup brands which are more natural or organic. So I'm going to start by using my base. I'm using Tarte, which is a brand which I wouldn't say it's a 100% natural or organic brand at all, but they do try to avoid some of the more well-publicized nasties like parabens and phthalates, and they do have silicone in though, and their foundations do have silicone, so they're quite high performance. They go on really well. They have good colours. And this is a long-lasting foundation, so once it's on, it really stays put. I'll put a link down below for the last organic natural makeup look that I did, and you can hear from that, if you watch it, that you can hear the kind of problems that I was having, particularly for my kit, finding good natural and organic makeup products. Certainly getting a lot better now. So for concealer, I'm going to use the Jane Iredale Active Light Concealer. This is like a concealing pen, and this is a natural product, contains mainly minerals and some kind of seed oils and various actually quite lovely ingredients. I'm just going to blend that in. I actually found it quite hard to find either 100% natural or organic, or ideally both, concealer that's good for my oily skin. Most of them, because they contain lots of seed oils, and some of them contain coconut oil. For example, this RMS one, which is so lovely, and it's 100% organic, and if you've got dry skin it must be amazing, but on me it's just so full of oils, coconut oils and seed oils, that within no time I kind of look super shiny. But this one is not as oily, so I'm going to blend that well under my eyes, and then just any other areas. So on to powder, and I'm using the Well People Realist powder, and this is a really nice natural and organic brand. And this powder is, the main ingredients are cornstarch and aloe vera powder, and it's very light, it doesn't have any talc in it. So next is highlighter, and I was absolutely spoiled for choice for really beautiful cream highlighters amongst the natural and organic brands. They really do excel at this. Something like, some of my favourites are ILIA, and this is an 85% organic brand, natural brand. Well People, again, 100% natural and organic, have some really nice highlighters. RMS has a really beautiful highlighter. It's very creamy. It has coconut oil in, very glossy. I'd almost use it on my lips actually. A little bit too oily for me, and my skin's really acnogenic, so I can't go too shiny. And this one, which I love, by Kjaer Weis, which is a Danish organic and natural brand. The packaging actually in this brand is really interesting, because very often with organic natural brands you have recyclable cardboard and quite low-key packaging, whereas the packaging in that brand is uber luxe and metal. And I was a little bit unclear about why they'd chosen that in the first place, but when I looked into it, it is all refillable, so everything you can, once you buy the initial product, you can refill it. And just pat it onto my top of my cheekbones. I mean, this is just so, goes on so beautifully. I'll come back and do a bit more highlighting later, but I just wanted to apply it now so you can see how incredibly fine this is. So on to eyes, and I'm going to use some aloe vera gel on instead of the usual primer that I use, and this is quite a good alternative. Feels quite cooling, and it sort of obviously isn't greasy. So if you have got oily lids, it will just help to smooth those lids, hydrate them, and give something for your eyeshadow to cling onto. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to use this really rich, intense sort of rust colour, and this is a brand called Rituel de Fille. And it's a natural brand, so it's a mixture of pigments and natural seed oils. And just pat it into the skin, and the aloe vera gel is really going to pick this up. So I'm just blending in the edges. This is really creamy, and it feels like it's setting. It feels really lovely. And then I'm going to use this palette, which is a natural mineral brand called Lolo. I'm going to use, let me see, I think this shade here, just to soften up those edges. I'm going to go quite high up towards the my eyebrow there, using a smaller brush, and just trace along the lower lash line. Such a good payoff for this. I love this colour, particularly amazing on green eyes, I imagine. Green and blue eyes, but not bad on brown as well. So just softening that edge and just sweeping out of the outer edge. Before I blend that in, I'm just going to use some black pencil, and this is by Inika, which is a really great brand they sell in Whole Foods. It's all natural minerals. This is a really creamy kohl pencil. I'm just going to go along my lower waterline and almost let that kind of come out. Let that blend in itself. And then to finish the eyes, I'm going to use the black from this palette. And just add a little bit of depth at the outer edge there. And a final blend underneath. So onto lashes, I'm going to give them a good curl first. And for mascara, I'm going to use the brand that I used before, which actually I called Kjaer Weis, and I realised that I've got the pronunciation totally wrong. Sorry if you're Danish. This is such a nice brand. It's definitely the luxe end of the organic and natural market, but I think there was a huge gap in the market because most organic brands and natural brands have been, you know, not really in very luxurious packaging. So I think this is something that is quite unique to them. And because it is all completely refillable, including the mascara, it does have good environmentally sound credentials. So that's the eyes done, and I love this colour. I think it's starting to make my eyes look really green. I think it's just the perfect colour for this time of year. These deep, rich plums look so good on everyone. If you have a lot of red in your face, I'm just going to go on and do my eyebrows. This is Tarte pencil. I want to make them look quite full, so I'm doing lots of small strokes, and because I'm using a darker pencil, lots of brushing so it looks natural. As I was saying, if you've got a lot of redness in your skin, you want to use like these red plum eyeshadows, just make sure that you neutralize all the red, because if you put red on your eyes and you've got red like around your mouth, or you've got some red spots, they will look so much more pronounced. So neutralize by whichever means, you know, whether you need to put foundation on a little bit more in the red areas, or just go in with concealer and make sure that that sort of, you know, you're well concealed, so that all the focus is on the red around the eyes. And I think mixing it with a little bit of black and a little bit of the sort of minky browny shade that I did also takes the edge off as well. It stops it being too kind of, you know, rabbit eyes. If it's too red, sometimes it just looks like sore eyes. But mixing with those really good neutrals, the blacks and the tawny browns and the kind of minky purpley colours, really helps. Just going to thicken them up a fraction as well. It's like putting your winter coat on, making your eyebrows thicker for the winter, in preparation for the winter. So now I'm going to go on to lips, and I'm going to use all organic and natural lip brand Bite. And I'm going to use one of their multi-sticks, and these are fantastic. They have so many great colours, and they have so many great colours of lipsticks. So I'm going to choose this very dark, almost browny colour, really dense. I'm going to put a stain all over. This is almost like a silent movie star colour. I love it. Actually, that brush I was using was a little bit too thick and I wasn't getting a good shape, so I'm back with a proper lip brush. and then straight from the bullet. I'm also going to add this sort of purpley colour. This is one of their lipsticks, just for a bit of brightness in the lower lip. Just lifts their brown a little bit. And then on my cheeks, I think I'm going to use the same shade, but there are so many really lovely cream blushes in the organic and natural brands. RMS again, this colour's Divine, really, really shiny and moisturising. Again, it's got coconut oil, really nice for dry skin. And this one by Well People is really lovely. Actually, I'll try this one. I haven't tried this one yet. I'm just going to pat the colour. I'm going to use a brush as well. Just going to use it in slightly a sculpty way so it's more glam and less kind of natural. Just building up that colour. And by doing sort of less of the pink cheeks, the whole thing looks just a bit more vampy. If I just focus on really coming underneath that cheekbone. And then blending really well. As a finishing touch, I'm just going back in with the Kjaer Weis highlighter because I love it. This might be my new favourite. Just dabbing. God, look at that. It's like a liquid shine, but like beautiful. Just makes the makeup look so glam and luxe at the end. So I'm not going to put it on the lip because I want to keep the lip really vibrant. Just on the cheeks, I think, is enough. So that's the finished look, and it's just a really, I think, gorgeous autumnal fall look, quite glamorous. Obviously, if it's too much for you, you could just do the eyes or the lips. You don't need to do both. And all using organic and natural colour. And I've really enjoyed trying out all of these new organic brands, and I think there's just so much more on offer now. So do check some of them out, and I hope you liked it. See you soon.